Oh, he tried to fix the printer all by himself, bless his heart. That means he's incompetent, and now it's even more broken.
And it fits the theme perfectly. It gives you plausible deniability. You can't get mad at someone for blessing you.
Okay, picture this. You are in a high-stakes meeting. Maybe it's the biggest presentation of your whole year. You've spent weeks on this deck. You've crunched all the numbers. You've polished the graphics until your eyes hurt. You stand up. You pitch this risky, really exciting new idea that you just know is going to change everything.
The big moment.
You finish. You're a little out of breath, looking around the room for some kind of approval. And your senior colleague, the one whose opinion matters most, pauses. They nod slowly, and they say, "That's interesting."
See, to me, that sounds great. They called it interesting. That means they're engaged. They want to hear more about it. In my world, interesting is a good thing.
And that is exactly where you would be completely, totally wrong. Because in the hidden code of American corporate culture, you didn't just get a compliment. You likely just got rejected, destroyed even, but so politely that you didn't even realize it happened until you were walking back to your desk.
So there's a disconnect. It's like there's the dictionary definition and then there's the boardroom definition.
Precisely. In the dictionary, interesting means engaging. In that boardroom, with that specific pause, that flat tone, it's the Swiss Army knife of American rejection. It basically translates to, "I hate this, but I don't want to be rude to your face."
That's actually terrifying when you think about it. It means there's a whole secret language happening that nobody gives you the rule book for.
It is everywhere.
Yeah.
And that is the mission of today's deep dive. We are cracking that code.
Yeah.
We're going to build a decoder ring for American politeness so you know what phrases like, "I hear you," per my last email, and maybe the most dangerous word of all, unique, actually mean.
I love this because it gets at a core tension in how Americans communicate. It's all about navigating conflict without ever admitting there's a conflict. It seems efficient, but it leaves behind so many casualties, people who thought they got a yes when they really got a hard no.
Exactly. So let's unpack this interesting thing first, because this is tier one. This is the stuff you hear every single day, the positive word that isn't.
Right. And I think the key here is the delivery, because Americans are taught, from childhood, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. But you can't do that in a business meeting. You have to say something.
You can just stare blankly, right? So interesting fills that void. But here's the decoder. If I say to you with a lot of energy, "Oh, that's really interesting. Tell me more about the logistics," that's genuine.
Yeah. High-pitched enthusiasm and, crucially, a follow-up question. That's the green light.
But if I look at your work and I just go, that's interesting, and then I stop talking, or I look at my phone.
I can feel the temperature in the room drop just from you saying it like that. That pause is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
The pause is the rejection. The word interesting is just the polite bandage they put over the wound. The rule is simple. If they can't say it's good, they say it's interesting.
It's a safe word. It's non-committal. If I say your idea is good and it fails, I look bad. If I say it's bad, I look like a jerk. Interesting is that neutral zone where ideas go to die.
But it gets so much worse. It's not just interesting. We have to talk about unique and different. These are absolute traps, especially in creative fields.
Oh, I've definitely fallen for this one. Someone says, "Oh, this design is so unique," and you think, yes, I'm an innovator.
Okay, let's just role play this for a second. Let's say you show me a new ad mock-up, and it uses, I don't know, neon green text on a bright yellow background. It's really hard to read.
All right, here it is. What do you think of the new direction? I really swung for the fences on this one.
Wow, that is certainly unique.
Ugh. Yeah, it stings. When you hear it played back like that, you realize you aren't saying it's special. You're saying it's weird.
I am screaming that it is weird.
Ah.
Unique and different in this context are just code for "I am uncomfortable," or "this breaks a rule and I don't want to explain which one."
Which is so funny because the American ethos is all about being unique, being an individual. But in the office, unique means you're an outlier and not in a good way.
Precisely. And right next to that are bold and creative. Now, you tell me, if I say that's a bold strategy, how do you take that?
Well, my first instinct is that you're calling me a visionary. Brave. I'm taking a big, important risk.
See? That's the trap. In a big corporate meeting, that's a bold strategy usually means that is incredibly risky, and I am almost certain it is going to fail spectacularly.
So bold just means reckless.
Often, yeah. Unless it's followed by, and I love it, it usually means reckless. And creative, if I say he has a very creative interpretation of the guidelines, I'm not phrasing his artistry. I'm saying he broke the rules.
Oh, 100%. Or creative accounting. That is not a compliment. That's a crime.
Exactly. You got creative with the numbers is a polite way of accusing someone of fraud.
So if you zoom out, what we're really seeing is that Americans prioritize face saving. They use these soft words to let you save face. But the side effect is just massive confusion.
Confusion is the price you pay for politeness. And nowhere is that confusion more deadly, and I mean deadly for your career, than on the workplace battlefield. This is Tier 2. We have to talk about email.
Ah, yes. The land where all tone goes to die.
And where passive aggression goes to thrive. There is one phrase in particular that is just absolute corporate warfare, per my last email.
Oh, I just felt a shiver. It's so common.
Honestly, what goes through your head when you see that in an email?
It feels like a slap. It's the professional way of screaming, I already told you this, why can't you read?
It is. It's insane how aggressive it actually is. It looks polite on the surface, but the subtext is, you are incompetent and you're wasting my time.
And there are those variations too, right? Like as noted previously, or as we discussed.
As we discussed is the parent voice. It's like, we already had this conversation. Why are you making me repeat myself? It's all about creating a paper trail of your mistakes. It's defensive documentation pretending to be helpful.
That's a great way to put it, defensive documentation. But my favorite, or maybe my least favorite, has to be going forward.
Ah, yes. Going forward.
It sounds so constructive.
Yeah.
It implies we're looking to the future, being proactive.
You would think so. But let's look at how it's actually used. I'm your boss. We just finished a project. I say to you, going forward, let's make sure to loop me in earlier. What did I just actually say to you?
You said I messed up. You're saying I didn't loop you in early enough this time.
Bingo. Going forward is almost never about the future. It's a retroactive accusation about the past. The formula is going forward plus an instruction equals you did the opposite of this before and I'm annoyed about it.
That is such a key distinction. It frames a complaint as a forward-looking plan. It's kind of genius, in a dark way. It stops you from getting defensive because technically we're talking about next time.
Right. The manager gets to correct your behavior without ever actually saying you made a mistake. It keeps the vibe positive while delivering a clear reprimand.
So what about when you pitch an idea and they just don't want to say no right away? The slow no.
Oh, the slow no. This is the graveyard where good ideas go to be forgotten. You'll hear things like, let's table this, or let's put a pin in that.
Put a pin in it. It sounds so harmless, like we're saving it for later, pinning it to a board.
We are not saving it. We are pinning it to a wall so it can die there, forgotten.
And I'll take that under advisement. That one sounds so formal, almost legal.
That is the most official way to say, I am going to ignore everything you just said. If someone says that and nothing else, you will never, ever hear about that topic again. It has entered a black hole.
It's amazing how these phrases are all designed to just keep things moving without the friction of direct rejection. But it must be exhausting to constantly have to decode everything.
It is, and it gets even more complex when we move from, tactical workplace stuff into Tier 3, dismissal and disagreement. This is where feelings get hurt.
Okay, so let's get into the phrase, I hear you. To me, I hear you sounds like a good thing. It's active listening. It's what therapists tell you to say. It's validating.
Right. And in a therapy session, it probably is. But in a disagreement with a colleague, if I hear you is not followed immediately by, and I agree, it means I acknowledge that sounds are coming out of your mouth, but I am rejecting your point.
That's brutal. So it's just a placeholder.
It's a pivot. I hear you, but equals here is why you are completely wrong. Or even worse is just I hear what you're saying, and then silence.
That feels like a wall just went up.
That is the sound of a mind slamming shut. It is the polite way to say, stop talking now. It means I have processed your audio input and I have found it lacking.
There's another one in this category that always gets people, with all due respect.
The classic preface to disrespect.
Oh, right. It literally has the word respect in it, but it signals the exact opposite is about to happen.
It's a warning shot. It means something rude or contradictory is coming in about half a second. With all due respect, that is a terrible idea.
It's like the more polite the wind-up, the harsher the actual comment is going to be like, no offense, but...
No offense. Guarantees offense is coming.
Yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way is a promise that you're about to take it the wrong way.
It's amazing how consistent that rule is. If you have to announce that you're being polite, you probably aren't.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now, we have to touch on a regional one here. because it's legendary. The Southern, bless your heart.
Oh, the ultimate double-edged sword.
If you aren't from the American South, you might hear that and think, oh, how sweet. They're blessing me.
It sounds so kind. It sounds religious.
Context is everything.
Yeah.
If it's said to a child who just fell down, it's sweet. If it's said to an adult who just made a dumb mistake, it means you are a complete idiot and I feel pity for you.
It's condescension wrapped in sugar.
It is weaponized pity. Oh, he tried to fix the printer all by himself, bless his heart. That means he's incompetent, and now it's even more broken.
And it fits the theme perfectly. It gives you plausible deniability. You can't get mad at someone for blessing you.
You look like the bad guy if you call them out on it. I was just being nice. It's the perfect crime.
Okay, what about the apathy phrases? The ones that sound like they care but really mean the opposite?
It's nice.
Yeah, that one.
Or good for you.
Ooh, the tone on that one is everything.
Isn't it? Hey, good for you, said with energy is great. But that flat tone, well, good for you. That's pure sarcasm. That is dismissal. That is me ending this conversation right now.
It's like the words themselves almost stop mattering, and it's all about the music of the sentence.
The music is the message.
So this brings up the really big question, why? Why do Americans do this? Why not just say, I don't like this idea? In other cultures, being direct is a sign of respect.
And that brings us to tier 4, the escalation ladder. The core reason is conflict avoidance. In American culture, face-saving is valued above almost everything else. We want to let you self-correct without the public humiliation of being told you're wrong.
So it's actually meant to be kind.
In a weird way, yes. It's giving you an out. The problem is, if you don't see the out, you walk right into a wall.
Right. There's this idea of a ladder of criticism. I think this is super helpful to break down. It's like there are levels of warning.
Yes, and people who are very literal, or from more direct cultures, they often miss the first 3 levels completely. Let's walk through it. Say you want to hire a vendor that I really don't like.
Okay. I want vendor A. You think they're terrible.
Right. So level 1 is the hint. I'll say something like, interesting choice. Have you considered any alternatives?
Okay, translation. I don't like this. But if I'm not listening for the code, I just think you're brainstorming. So I say, yeah, I did, but vendor A is the best.
Right. So you missed the hint. Now I have to go to level 2, the redirect. I'll say, I wonder if we should look at some other options, just to be safe.
Still sounds like just a suggestion, not a command.
Exactly. So you stick to your guns. Now I'm getting annoyed. I move to level 3. Soft criticism. You know, I have some concerns about vendor A.
Okay, concerns sounds more serious.
It is. In American corporate speak, I have concerns is a massive red flag. It means stop what you're doing. But if you push past that,
Then we hit the wall.
then you get level 4. Clear criticism. I don't think this is the right move. No.
And by the time you get to level 4, the American manager is probably furious.
Beyond frustrated. Because in their mind, they have told you to stop 3 separate times, and you just ignored them. They think you're being stubborn. Meanwhile, you're thinking, why didn't you just say that 3 weeks ago?
That disconnect is where careers get damaged. You think you're showing persistence. They think you're uncoachable.
Perfectly put, uncoachable is a death sentence for your career.
So the million-dollar question then is, how do you respond? How do you actually know if that's interesting means they love it or hate it? You can't just be paranoid all the time.
You can't guess. You have to test it. You have to probe.
Okay, give me a tactic.
The best strategy is to force them to be specific. So if I say, that's interesting, you don't just say thanks. You come back with, when you say it's interesting, what part stood out to you?
Oh, that's really good. Because if I'm just using the code, if I'm lying, I'm going to struggle to answer that question.
Totally. I'll stutter. I'll say, oh, wow, the colors. Or I'll be forced to reveal the real criticism. Well, to be honest, I'm just not sure the budget works.
You're calling their bluff, but without being aggressive about it, you're politely forcing them to be honest.
Exactly. And there's another technique, the check-in. You basically give them permission to be direct. You say, I want to make sure I understand, are there any concerns about this approach?
That's powerful. You're explicitly inviting the negative feedback. You're telling them, it's safe to tell me the truth. My feelings won't be hurt.
Precisely. You are lowering the social risk for them. You're saying, I can handle it. And 9 times out of 10, they will drop the code and just tell you, actually, yes, I am worried about the timeline.
That's really the key then. It's understanding the code exists to protect feelings. So if you show them that your feelings don't need that much protection, the code just disappears.
Boom. That is exactly it.
So as we wrap up, what's the big takeaway here? Because it feels like we've maybe painted Americans as a little bit deceptive.
I don't think it's deceptive. I think it's a system that's designed to smooth social friction. It's like a lubricant for interactions. The big insight isn't that Americans are fake. It's that you have to learn to listen to what is missing.
What's missing?
Yes. The final decoder is this. Look for the enthusiasm. Look for the follow-up questions.
And if that stuff isn't there, that silence is the message.
If you pitch a brilliant idea and you just get a flat, "That's interesting," with no energy, no questions, and a quick subject change, that silence is your answer. You've just been told no without the word ever being spoken.
The silence is louder than the words.
Always. So next time you hear, "That's interesting," maybe don't celebrate right away.
Yeah.
Dig a little deeper. You might save yourself a whole lot of trouble going forward.
I see what you did there.
I had to. Thanks for joining this deep dive. Now go out there and decode the world.